Oh, I'm loading delayed, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. We just died. So let's continue. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is...
Yeah. Am I allowed to?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, I don't. No speaking.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yes, he does.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
How dare you?
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's
Yes.
remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Well, I haven't died yet, forever, so I don't care. I'm not killing a princess.
Your
Continue.
silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
No. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Oh, too bad.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh no.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Oh no.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
I'm not trying to irritate you.
That's all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
I didn't even meet the princess. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
No, I'm not. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever.
Already committed to my completion.
No.
You cannot go further astray.
Ooh. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. They make sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh, sure.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
What voice do we have?
I think it's more
Contrarian.
We're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Sure.
It really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
We didn't even meet the princess. How did the world end?
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
No. Okay, totally gonna go to the cabin where I'm definitely gonna slay the princess.
When you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
No.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will cheat.
She
We're
won't.
stuck going in there. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I agree.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's
That's
all shifted.
cool.
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Which is finally, by the way, not hanging off of it. This is the safest position of the blade so far.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm still not gonna take
You
it.
want us to take it? Maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better
Exactly.
yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Exactly.
We're taking the knife.
No.
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
A
You
ton.
can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
You sure about
All
that?
the stressful geometry and stay calm.
I actually think it's pretty cool.
Now, even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Going through the door without the knife. Right? Ignore the mirror. I don't think it's useful.
The door to the basement
Oh.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
That's
Nothing here seems
Cool.
to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
it's the same soundbite every
Her
time.
voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
I don't think so.
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Oh, most likely.
We don't even have a weapon.
Yep.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Exactly. Harsh stairs to the left, center stairs, soft stairs to the right. Does taking soft stairs mean she'll think I'm being nice?
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
Interesting.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Oh no.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness.
It's just a cloud.
Continue forward, consuming your every thought.
Oh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things
losing
experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Didn't even meet her.
Betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
No idea.
So strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
So devilish.
Eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Yeah.
Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Yeah, kinda. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
Okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
Oh no.
She's so warm and friendly.
Yeah.
It's deception. Don't buy into it.
She's not even doing anything.
How strange.
Oh.
So, why are you here?
Oh.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Oh.
Do that?
This is
Like
concerning.
this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
I don't think so.
You've been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
It
Whatever you
is.
saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Don't think I can undo it, narrator.
Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Contrarian, why? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to
I don't
me?
know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand.
sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Oh no. What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
It's fair.
None of them have names.
No, they're all princess.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason, so why don't... do you know why you're down here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
The point is the
I can't
answers.
even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
There's more of you now.
You need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. It must be fear creeping into your heart.
You know you can't stop me.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't know
Mm.
where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before
don't
things
have
get
a
more
knife.
complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade.
Yeah.
Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
I don't
This
want
is
it.
reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
I disagree.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
This was your plan. Why is it all one thing? I'm getting out of here, trying for your...
That's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Goodness.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Am I bringing more than one princess this time? Or is it still just one?
For all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Bye,
falls
narrator.
apart.
Oh.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong.
It's all so uncomfortable.
That looks very uncomfortable.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
I don't know.
We should help her. I think we did this.
Maybe.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's going to be okay. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone, and Marie returns.
Where did she go?
Going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
So bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
If you say so, we'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
No. There's no other choice anyway. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Yep. You've unraveled. Yikes. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. We're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Yeah. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the Narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I don't know. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when he does. So I do know he does. Okay. He does, but I don't know why I know
I
it.
am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Maybe. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One.
Okay.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That's fair. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Meow. Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the base, you're here to...
I am not. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is
While
because
I
she's locked up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Disagree.
Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I refuse. Let's silently continue.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm surprised there's not another voice. I guess the confusion was too much.
The interior of the cabin
Oh no,
is
this is
almost
the first.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls of the blade is your implement.
That's right, this is the first. I refuse to take it with me. I will not take it with
The
me.
door to the basement creaks open.
I want to be quiet and see if I can't kill her
Good.
if I remain
Still
quiet.
listening to reason.
Let's talk for a bit.
Okay.
Wait. I cannot do it that way. It won't let me. The only options I have are to retrieve the blade and retrieve it quietly. Let's do it quietly.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Well,
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice?
oh, she
I don't
can.
think she's bluffing.
She's
She has
not.
to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess
Yep.
sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm.
Oh
Its
no.
cooling flesh still chained to the wall, and she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me, or did this room get a lot bigger?
It does look bigger. Hello? I think we got off the wrong foot. Do you think we could start over?
Coward.
No, I don't think we can.
Boo.
Why don't you come closer?
I don't
I
want to.
have something to show you.
Oh man.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Oh.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I don't wanna. Yeah, come on out.
I'm very patient.
She's going to strike me. I'm betting. Like, that's clearly. I shouldn't go to that. Can I
Do your
wait?
best to patiently wait her out, but eventually,
No.
exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Fine.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess
Don't like
lunges
those
into you from behind
sounds.
and drags you to the floor.
Boo.
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, Your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood.
Ooh.
I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it?
She ambushed
I'm
me.
afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh. The beast.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
She's going to kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Don't lie to me.
Doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything.
You're
So the
forcing
only
me.
sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Not forcing you, but you better do it. Oh, proceed.
A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Probably just
I
acting.
don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could
Currently.
have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. It's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
I can't smell you.
Maybe.
Proceed to the cabin. I cannot smell my thoughts.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'll never do it right. Enter basement.
Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
I don't care.
We'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh man, I tried to shower.
Sounds almost feral,
Yeah, she is.
patient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Is that not her tail? Oh, it is.
Of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't think so.
She's certainly not just a princess.
Not anymore.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Oop.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
Yeah, okay.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains, we're fine. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right? Move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs.
Oop.
So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if we left together? Stop hiding, show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least
That's
she's
fair.
upfront about her intentions.
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole.
I'm not
and
a
I
devourer.
will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it.
Pretty sure I
Is
can't
that all
get
the
there.
advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
Narrator, are you seeing what we're seeing?
She is clearly not. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Jaded. Survive.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Ooh. Hello. You're no longer in the way of the stairs. Think I can keep this up. Why kill me? Stop hiding yourself.
Yes.
Run for the
now's our
stairs.
chance. Quick. Right, I agree. We can't do anything without a weapon. We can regroup once we're armed and try to figure out a better plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the edge. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
Rude.
Guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick,
Ew.
fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Not into four.
Liquid cooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
Don't know if I'll survive the walk up the stairs, princess.
She's loose.
Yep.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
I mean, that technically was what I wanted, just not like this.
Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Yeah, you could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
Acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Can you talk
I
to the cabin?
understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
And everything's saying to claw.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
No, probably not.
Pulling her turns to bang up as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I don't think I'll make it out. Does me saying she can leave just let her leave?
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... And then...
Then we're
It's
dead.
gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Oh, I didn't boop her. Nah. But before you can say anything to her, she's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is
No.
that a mirror?
It's gonna be okay.
Bad. Like looking into it right now. The thing reeks of death.
Yeah. I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
If you say so. I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Yeah. You approach the mirror. Yep. You are nothing at all. Oh, a bird. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the images in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
Narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, a lot. Does it hurt when the pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
What is this place? Where are we?
It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
Okay. What is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Well, death is important, though. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Did they know about this? People out there beyond the walls of the construct, did they know about this? Did they know what you want me to do to them?
The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
But everything has to end. How am I supposed to rid the world of death?
By slaying the princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever.
Yeah, but living forever is also pain. There's only so much you can do. And if you live while being able to age, eventually you'll just age to the point that you want to die. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times.
You flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
That's fair. And how do you know everybody else doesn't also experience death the way I do?
They obviously don't. You experience death the way you do by design, and by your unique nature.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important,
If that's
even.
your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece. My time is up.
Is.
I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away.
Oh, you mean every echo dies? Amazing. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. You sure about that? Alone. Hello there, princess.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I can see many of you, and I don't appreciate how some of you are, moving.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Rude.
You are revenge. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Yes, without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would all be alone, but if we had no desires, would being alone be so bad?
You seek to remove complexity itself, but it is complexity that adds color to experience.
My massive mob is here. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is
end.
only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the flood
In every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible sensation
Every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create?
Without the contrast of pain, pleasure is muted, made dull by the assurance that it will always be. A song that is only sweet is a pale horizon that never falls.
Don't like this one.
Fear pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
Even if I'm not afraid now, the fear of others is real. We can't uphold the harm that everyone suffers just because we're beyond it.
Others cling to fear because they have not yet seen beyond it. Will you strip the world of possibility just because some refuse to see its beauty?
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there is no difference between growth and decay.
Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. Abandoning one's search is not the same as losing the capacity to discover. I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes know to be irreducible.
Your little hair pressed a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with me now. Whenever you're ready, we can move together. Hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time.
Are you gonna close the game again? As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. Her respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Yes.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It is my goal. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, hello. I have no idea how good it is to hear you.
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
I'd like that.
It's time to resume our dance.
Let's dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Ready. Oh. Slowly getting more detail.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Good riddance.
He really put us through hell, didn't he?
The offer still stands. Could you describe the cabin for me, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Oops.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
No.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
Yeah.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
There you are. You look just like you did when we first met. let's talk for a bit. Maybe we can figure this out.
Yeah, let's do that. Sit with her. It's so good to finally see you again.
Yeah, I missed you so much. Not that we've ever really been apart, but still, it feels like it's been so long. Like this is some sort of a big reunion.
Yeah. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
You are so sweet, but the first time we met, you tried to rescue me, and I stabbed you like 50 times in the chest.
You did.
And you know how bad of a job I did. You were the one getting stabbed. I mean, yes, you were possessed by that freaky voice living in your head, but I also could have maybe tried doing anything else before deciding to kill you.
That's fair.
Anyways, I'm also sorry. We both let things get a little out of hand, but we don't have to let that stop us from being who we want to be.
Okay.
You know, when she puts it like that,
Yeah. I don't think I want to be a god.
Me neither. It's so big. It's so much responsibility. And at the end of the day, it just feels like waking up in another basement. It's something we never asked for, trapping us somewhere we never wanted to be.
Yeah. Are you the same as you are out there?
I am she as much as she is me. And all of us are both everything and also not everything. I had you there for a second, didn't I? I think I'm different from her, and I'm happy I'm different.
I'm happy you're different too.
I think being her would mean I'd lose a lot of myself along the way. I think I'd have to lose the parts of you that matter to me.
Oh. Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the princess, the one you've been spending all this time with. I know I've changed a few times, but so have you. And you're still real to me.
That's fair. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I don't have one, and I think I like it better that way. But you can call me Princess if you want.
Yeah, might as well.
You never told me your name.
I don't know if I have one. I don't think I have one either.
Then I guess I'll call you Quiet.
That's fair.
not hero. Oh well, quiet will do. That's always been us, hasn't it?
None of this was ever really fair to either of us, was it?
I don't know. We made it to the other side, and we found each other. I think that means all of the bad was worth it.
What if we just leave?
Can we actually do that? What would that even mean? Where would we go?
I don't know. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together, and that's all I want.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Thanks for
Don't
everything.
mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Let's leave, princess. You lead the princess. You lead, and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There is an energy in the silence and electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
Come on, Princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
I love you.
I love you too.
I never really wanted to take the dagger down the stairs. It just didn't feel right to ever take it at all. And I believe I never did. I did go up to get it, but I never took it to begin with. Oh, wonder how many other endings there are. If there are any other like good ones, like I don't know if the first one I ever did was technically good. I mean, she had to murder me. But I viewed that as more positive than the other ones where I had to kill her. I guess she's killed me more times than not. Oh. Turn to main menu. That was really nice. The creators of this did make another game. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll probably like flash its title up on screen or something. I do plan on playing that as well once I get around to it. I really liked this game. I'll probably leave it here though, because all the other endings I probably shouldn't show off to the world. Other people should play them, like you should play them. The game's on Steam. Go play. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this experience. It was interesting and fun. I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye bye.